It's not your fault, so stop blaming yourself. It's not your fault that you're stuck, you're unmotivated, or inconsistent. What if I told you that science shows that your mind is wired for survival, not success? But the question is, can you rewire your mind? If you stick around, I'm actually gonna show you how to change that. For this episode, we're talking about mind-body connections. My mind can be telling me one thing, but my body can be saying no. But my mind is saying I can lift this 315. My body's saying no. Mind-body connection, the first tip is obviously we want to prioritize physical activity. With prioritizing physical activity, we want to exercise because it boosts our mood, energy, and our cognitive functions. All right. He made this post how he's in the best shape of his life, about to be 40. He's a personal trainer, definitely a personal trainer, a good personal trainer. And in his post, you see him pushing his body, and you see him pushing his body and pushing his mind. It sets your mind up for another level. The next thing is you want to practice healthy sleep habits. This is something that I still struggle with. My judgment is better. My thought process, it's more clear. I would advise you that you want to start sleeping more if you're trying to transform your life. I have a routine, and sometimes I get off routine. My routine, I'm supposed to lay down, I'm supposed to shut my phone off at a certain time, start reading a book, journal, pray. I have all of that, but I can tell you that I don't follow the routine, which causes me to be off. So better diet, having a more balanced diet, definitely a part of your transformation. And the other day, the guys are really top-notch shape, the women are in shape, and the big reason for that is they actually had to go out and hunt their food. And that means if they had to go out there and hunt their food, it may be a while before they catch their food. But because of that, they were in great shape. When you feel better, you think better. Your brain is more clear. Your mind is more functional. The last thing is you want to manage your stress. You want to practice relaxation tips and techniques, mindfulness, or engage in activities that you enjoy. You know, stress it's a problem. I don't think he's going to give you $1 million. And what I mean by right now is if you don't even know how to manage a $1,500, $4,000 a month, you can't even manage your finances with $4,000 a month. How can he trust you to manage $1 million? Prioritize your physical activity, practice healthy sleep habits, eat a balanced diet, and try to stress less. What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Super excited to have you here on today. Sad because this is our final episode of the series that we've been on with transforming your life based on psychology. And when I say transforming your life based on psychology, I'm not just saying transform your general life, but I'm talking about the way you think, the way you are, all the way down to your finances. All right. I definitely feel like us as people, we want to change our life. We want to elevate in life. We want to move forward in life. We don't want to be stuck or stagnant anymore. And we don't want to continue to live in debt or in fear of what if. All right. So we've been on this series for, I believe this is episode number 4 now. So we've been on this series for a few weeks. I'm super excited about this series. I'm definitely glad to have you here today for our final episode. If you missed episode 1, 2, and 3, I'm telling you, you got to go watch it. You definitely have to go watch it because we definitely gave some tips, some gems, some jewels to help you start to transform your life. That way, the rest of 2025 can be your best year ever. And when you go into 2026, you're gonna basically go into 2026 on a high note. All right. So definitely, if you missed those episodes, definitely go check them out. I'll actually link them in the description. I'll also have them at the end of this video. That way you can click on them and watch them. I would tell you to go watch them first, but you're already here. So we're going to roll with this episode and then you can get caught up on those other ones. All right. With episode 4, this is actually one of my favorite ones, right? Because for this episode, we're talking about mind-body connections. Mind-body connection is definitely a big deal when it comes to psychology, because obviously psychology is the study of our mind and our behaviors. All right. So how do we connect mind and body together? All right. My mind can be telling me one thing, but my body can be saying no. All right. Take, for instance, my mind is telling me I can lift this 315 pounds up. I'm gonna be honest. I don't lift to be strong anymore. I lift to I lift to stay in shape and to look nice. But my mind is saying I can lift this 315. My body's saying no. I'm not even going to try lifting 315. I can't tell you when the last time. Maybe it's been about a year since I attempted 315 and I actually got it once. So, but enough about me. Let's definitely jump into this. So with mind-body connection, the first tip is obviously we want to prioritize physical activity. All right. With prioritizing physical activity, we want to exercise because it boosts our mood, energy, and our cognitive functions. All right. Exercise, you know, I got an old classmate who I just started following maybe a few months ago, and this classmate, he's about to be 40. Ooh, that shows how old I am. I'm actually a few years younger than him. Shout out to Deshaun. Shout out to D-Train. But I'm actually a little younger than Deshaun. But he's a classmate of mine. And Deshaun's about to be 40. And he made this post how he's in the best shape of his life about to be 40. And in his post, he's a personal trainer. Definitely a personal trainer, a good personal trainer. And in his post, you see him pushing his body. And you see him pushing his body and pushing his mind, because when you push your body and mind, it puts you, it sets your mind up for another level. All right. When you boost and you work out, you give yourself energy. All right. When you first start out working out, you're not going to have the energy that you would have by constantly working out. I'm sure, and I don't know, I could be wrong. So if I'm wrong, hopefully Deshaun doesn't kill me in the comments. But I'm sure when Deshaun first started working out, he didn't have the same energy he has now. I watched Deshaun from afar, and I see him on the Stairmaster for an hour. All right. I can tell you, my first time ever getting on a Stairmaster, I was only able to accomplish it for like 10 minutes. But as I kept going, I was able to get to 20 minutes, and then 30 minutes, and then 40 minutes. I haven't gone past 40 minutes. All right. But my point is, I know that my energy was boosted. I know that my mood was boosted because, again, I started off at 10 minutes, and then I was able to go to 20 minutes, and then 30 minutes, and then 40 minutes. So my energy levels are constantly being boosted by working out. All right. That's what mind-body connection is. Your mind is telling you you can do this. Your body's saying not yet, but as long as you continue to work at it, you will move forward. As long as you put your mind to something and you work at it, you make the baby steps, eventually you'll get there. All right. So you want to start working out. If you're trying to transform your life, I promise you a simple change that you can do to transform your life is start working out, because you're going to boost your energy levels, and you need energy if you're trying to transform your life, because everything's not always going to be perfect. Every day isn't going to be sunshine. All right. So if every day isn't going to be sunshine, you're going to need energy to combat those rainy days, those cloudy days. And the ways you combat that and you have that energy is by working out. All right. So definitely you want to start working out. Working out also helps with mood swings. All right. I can tell you, I'll be honest, I used to deal with anger, right? For whatever reason, I used to deal with a lot of anger. And for me, what I started doing was working out. Working out helped with those mood swings. Working out helped me to find myself again. I think by me working out and finding myself again, that's what started to alter those mood swings. All right. So you want to work out so that you can change your mood swings, that you can change your energy level. I promise you, if you start working out, it'll be the best thing for you if you're trying to transform your life. Because if you can do something and stay consistent with something like working out, what else can you do? What else can you stay consistent with? I guarantee if you can stay consistent with working out, you can stay consistent with paying off your debt. You can stay consistent with becoming a better version of you. You can stay consistent with getting in front of the right people, the people that you need to be in front of, that's going to help you take your business from one level to a next level. That's going to help you start your business if you haven't started a business yet. But in order to do that, you have to be consistent. And if you don't know how to do that and be consistent with your own business, start something simple like working out. The next thing is you want to eat a balanced diet. And I probably should have put that as number 2 instead of number 3, because it kind of goes with working out, prioritizing physical activity. But eating a better diet, having a more balanced diet is definitely a part of your transformation. All right. I can promise you, I was actually watching something the other day, and what I was watching, it was talking about how back in the old days, and when I say in the old days, I'm talking about like before Christ, and even AD, but I'm talking back in the Stone Age days. You see when they make the movies about it, because obviously we're not there to see it, but when they make the movies about it and you read about it and you see or you envision it, you just see all of these individuals who are in shape, right? The guys are in really top-notch shape. The women are in shape. And the big reason for that is because it wasn't like they had food available to them. It's not like they could go to their refrigerator, open up their refrigerator and eat something right away. They didn't have all this processed bullcrap that we put in our bodies back in those days. So they actually had to go out and hunt their food. And that means if they had to go out there and hunt their food, it may be a while before they catch their food. But because of that, they were in great shape. They didn't indulge in all type of foods that would actually hinder them. All right. So when I say you want to eat a balanced diet, you can't keep eating all the processed foods that you've been eating. You can't keep eating takeout all the time. You gotta literally, if you're gonna work out and you're gonna try the first tip I gave you, you can do the first tip you want, all you want, but if you don't have a good, healthy, balanced diet, you're kind of just messing yourself up. You're kind of doing it for no reason. So if you're gonna work out, you got to have a balanced diet. All right. And what I mean by a balanced diet is you want to make sure you're getting your protein in. You want to make sure that you're getting your carbs in. You're actually getting your healthy fats in. All right. By doing that, you're going to boost your energy levels. By doing that, you're going to feel better. And that just comes from boosting your energy levels. All right. When you feel better, you think better. Your brain is more clear. Your mind is more functioning. All right. So you got to make sure that part of your transformation is having a balanced diet. You can't. There's so many people that don't make it to a ripe old age because of their eating habits. I know so many young people that has passed because heart attacks and strokes, and a lot of that had to do with the foods that they were eating. So my advice, you definitely got to have a balanced diet. All right. The next thing is you want to practice healthy sleep habits. This is something that I still struggle with. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to make it seem like my life is perfect or that I've mastered the whole transformation. I haven't mastered transformation yet, if I'm just being honest. All right. And the great thing about me not mastering the whole transformation of life, of my mind, of my body yet, is you all get to see it as I change. You all get to change with me if that's what you want to do. I definitely welcome all of you to go on this transformation journey with me, not just for me, but for you. All right. And the part of the transformation journey that I haven't mastered yet is I haven't mastered my mind shutting off. So my mind not being able to shut off hinders me from sleeping. But I can tell you, there are those times when I do get sleep, when I do get rest, And I promise you, when I get rest and I get proper, adequate sleep, my mind is less cloudy. My judgment is better. My thought process it's more clear. All right. So I would advise you that you want to start sleeping more if you're trying to transform your life. Maybe you need to, and I'm telling you this, as I'm telling you this, I'm telling this to myself. I've been telling myself this for a while. Tyrone, you have to get to the point where you fully embrace your routine. All right. I have a routine and sometimes I get off routine. All right. My routine, I'm supposed to lay down, I'm supposed to shut my phone off at a certain time, start reading a book, journal, pray. I have all of that in my routine so that I can sleep better. But I can tell you that I don't follow the routine, which causes me to be off. So my advice is you want to build a routine so that you can sleep better, so that you can see that connection and that transformation happen more. All right. The last thing is you want to manage your stress. You want to practice relaxation tips and techniques, mindfulness, or engage in activities that you enjoy. All right. Stress is a killer. Stress it's a problem. Our lives are so stressful, and our lives are stressful because of bad habits. Our lives are stressful because of not listening to our parents when we were younger, not doing what we had to do. And because of all these bad habits or these bad things we've done, now we're paying the price for it. And now that we're paying the price for certain things, our life is stressful. So many people deal with the burden of having debt. Financial stress, if you've never been in financial stress, I pray that you never have to go through it. But financial stress is one of those things that it can ruin someone's life. Financial stress, financial strains cause divorces. Financial strains cause people to kill themselves. Hopefully I don't get in trouble on YouTube for saying that, but financial stress it's serious. So with that, my advice is you got to find a way to not stress as much. And a way to not stress as much is to do things like meditating. My number one thing that I would tell anybody to do if you're going through financial stress, you got to pray about it. You got to pray for some clarity, for some direction, for insight, for God's guidance. And if you pray for God's guidance, I can promise you that He will answer. He might not answer in a way that you want Him to, right? If you're praying for $1 million and you think that's what's going to help your financial stress, He probably ain't going to give you $1 million. He gives you life every day. He gives you the air in your lungs every day. He gives you the activity of your limbs. He gives you the articulation of speech every day. I don't think He's going to give you $1 million right now. And what I mean by right now is if you don't even know how to manage a $1,500, $4,000 a month, you can't even manage your finances with $4,000 a month. How can He trust you to manage $1 million? All right. I think that God wants all of us to be blessed. However, you have to show Him that you can do right by it. Right? If you can't do right by what you have, if you can't do right by the little, why is He going to bless you with more? So definitely make sure that you understand, do right in your current state so that when you get to your future state, you will know how to manage it. And by you knowing how to manage it, you won't be stressed. I promise you, just because you make more money, that doesn't mean that you're not going to be stressed. There's a song that says more money, more problems. So manage your current financial state so that you're not stressed, so that when you have more finances, you won't be stressed. And the best way to do that for me is by praying. It could be motivation or meditating. It could be doing some activity. If you like to journal, if you like to write poetry, if you like to sing, if you like to exercise or stretch, you got to do some activity that relieves the stress. All right. You relieving your stress, I promise you, you will have a more balanced life. You will have a less stressful life. You will be able to transform your life. All right. So again, prioritize your physical activity, practice healthy sleep habits, eat a balanced diet, and try to stress less. All right. You got to manage your stress. And my advice, if you don't know how to manage your stress, go talk to your pastor. If you got a pastor, talk to him. If you don't have a pastor, something I've learned over the years, and I'm not saying that, I'll just say it. Something in the Black community, and I just won't say the Black community, but all communities, but I know it's a big thing in the Black communities, and it's because how we were kind of raised. We don't talk about our problems. For me, us as Black people, us as brown people, us as Blacks, Hispanics, Asians, even whites, I'll just say us as people, we have to get to the point where when we need help, we can seek help. What I'm saying is you need to go lay down on somebody's couch. Literally, you might be at that point where you need to go lay on somebody's couch or sit on somebody's couch and let them work out your problems with you. Let them try to put the pieces to the puzzle in the right place. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you. You just don't know how to manage it yet. But I promise you that if you follow these tips, it will become much easier to transform your life. All right. With that being said, super, super excited about my first series coming to an end. Well, I'm not excited about it coming to an end, but I'm excited that I was able to get through this series with you all. Super excited that we made it this far. I'm super excited about what the future holds for this channel. And if you stuck around this long, I definitely appreciate it. Definitely make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you share this video if you found it inspiring, or if you found it insightful, or if you feel like it can help someone else. Make sure you share it with them. All right. Definitely hit the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.